With the deal, my people, you know what it is, the Don Tony Teflon, and I'm back at you another one, and this one is predictions, my people, for Mad Queen Cersei in Season 7 and beyond. And we're going to go a little bit into the books and into the regular season of Game of Thrones, just a Game of Thrones show on this one. And we're going to talk about Mad Queen Cersei, because we have seen what Cersei has done. We've seen the Mad Queen take what is hers, and we've seen her do this by using fire and blood. Now, this possibly could come back to haunt her later on, but until then, let's take a look and see what awaits Mad Queen Cersei. She sits the Iron Throne and rules all of Westeros. Now, Cersei right here, we know that she has to have a staff. She has to have people that's going to be down with her, and we have to have people that's going to run with her. That's the way people get down. That's the way you can only make it in this world. That's the way it has to be, you know what I mean? So we see that she has named a couple of people to a council already. Now I'm going to give you a little prediction of who I think that she is going to link up with later on, and why I think she's going to link up with this person later on. But first, let's go into our council members that we see so far.
I now proclaim Cersei of the House Lannister, first of her name, Queen of the Andals and the First Men, protector of the Seven Kingdoms.
Now that the season is over, you will hear a lot of predictions from a lot of different YouTube channels and a lot of different podcasts about what they just seen and where it goes forward. And to me, it's pretty easy to see where things go forward after you've seen this season. So a lot of those predictions are what they are. So let me refer you to a video I did somewhat a year ago, and it is called How the Winds of Winter Will End, and this is a House Teflon flashback. Cersei wins her trial by combat, and Tommen remains in power. Now, thanks to Varys, Cersei blames the Tyrells for Kevin's and Grand Maester Pycelle's death. She names Qyburn the new hand of the king. So as we can see, back in 2014, the Don Tony Teflon told you that Cersei would win the trial by combat, and the Don Tony Teflon told you that she would name Qyburn as a new hand of the king. But as we can see, Daenerys has made her own hand of the king, and now she is on her way to get Cersei's ass. So Cersei's going to need some protection. She's going to need people to be down with her if she's going to survive the siege. And I don't know if she can survive the upcoming siege. So who will team up with Cersei? Well, in the How the Winds of Winter Will End Part 2, back in 2014, I told you who I thought. Cersei is in Casterly Rock. She hears the word of Tyrion in King's Landing, and she's with Dany. She fears she will come for her. Stannis, with part of the Vale, are on their way to seize Casterly Rock. Cersei makes the only play I believe she has. She has Qyburn set word to Euron Greyjoy. Euron agrees to marry Cersei and become Lord of Casterly Rock. I believe, as I said back in 2014, that Euron Greyjoy will hook up with Cersei Lannister, and I think we had some foreshadowing of this in the recently released Forsaken chapter. Beside him stood a shadow in woman's form, long and tall and terrible, her hands alive with pale white fire. Dwarves capered for their amusement, male and female, naked and mishappen, locked in carnal embrace, biting and tearing at each other as Euron and his mate laughed and laughed and laughed. So when I hear pale white hands like the ones that are supposed to be wrapped around Cersei's neck, when I hear long, tall, and beautiful, when I hear dwarfs just having to do what they say, something that Cersei probably would get a kick out of and Euron would get a kick out of, I have no choice but to think that this person is going to be the person I predicted in 2014. Cersei Lannister will hook up with Euron Greyjoy. So, if you want to see more about what I said, I will leave a link to that video I posted back then. But please remember, when I did that video, it was 2014, and I was not as good with editing as I am now. So, if you like the way I do this, please thumbs up this, please spread this across the realm, and please subscribe. And until next time, you know who it is. Peace! And stay sexy.